Welcome to Make a Path Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today in the review room we're taking a look at The Walking Dead comic Series 5, Glenn Rhee with First Hit Head. Man, he's got a lot of head in this package. You got his own and Rosita. Nice. On the back, you got a picture of all four that's included in this wave. You cut the bottom, the sides, and then you rip the plastic coffin right out so that way you can display it later in box if you choose to do so. Plop. Here he is at a package. Now, we have already reviewed this figure from the Negan and Glenn 2-pack, so we're going to breeze over the articulation. First up, yes, he still has this crap on his neck, but he's a fantastic figure. He's the best representation of Glenn that we have gotten so far. I mean, the face sculpt, the accuracy, the likeness from the comic, I think they nailed it. I like this Glenn figure. Definitely one of the best. Now, with the articulation, I will highlight again, he has wonderful wrist articulation, which comes in handy when you give him his axe. Now, the head has a normal movement, despite that odd-looking neck bulge. His arms do raise up really good for this type of figure, and his knees swivel, his foot has a nice, good amount of rotation, and his waist has a decent bend. Give or take, it's really not needed. Now, first up with his accessories, we have his battle axe. It's not a battle axe. I don't care. I call it a battle axe. It's pretty damn cool. Now, you slide it down his hands, and he has a decent grip on it. Remember, though, the articulation at the wrists, you can get him into some good poses. Now, this is the Negan and Glenn 2-pack head that was the exclusive smashed head. It's high gloss. His head is caved in. His eyeballs hanging out. His jaw's dislocated, and the head you get with this Glenn figure from Series 5 is this one on the left, the First Hit Head. His eye is bulging, but it's not popping out. His head looks like he was scalped, though. I think they did a poor job at that. Now, it's not as glossy if you look. It's not as glossy as the smashed head, which is really disappointing because it makes it look like Glenn's head was scalped by an Indian and it's not cracked. I know with the gloss it makes it look like the blood and hair's all matted down, which is awesome, and I wish they just put more gloss on this figure. That is definitely a fail. Other than that, I really like what they did here. It's morbid as hell, but I think it looks great. They matched up wonderfully the sides. Each of them, it looks like it has a little bit of scratches from the barbed wire from being hit by Negan. I don't know if that's what it is, but it looks like it. But the point is, it's very consistent, the markings on both heads. And even though it's a different sculpt because of the jawline, or at least I don't know if they kept, partial pieces from the sculpt. And the head actually sits very well on this figure if you want to display him with the head, which I think is awesome because we now have 3 variations of this Glenn: alive, half dead, and dead as fuck. Also included with Glenn is the base for the severed head. This thing is like the others, but they are all different in design, all different shapes pretty much. And the pole that the head is going to rest on, you got your clean tip that's going to go in the base, and then you have your bloody, dirty tip that you're going to stick in her. Now, we have, again, a very dull, no-gloss blood on the bottom, and I don't know if this is because they're walkers or what, but I have to say that without the gloss, the wounds are pretty disappointing. It doesn't have that same gore factor, although the sculpt and look is awesome. It's a shame that the first time we get Rosita in 5-inch figure form, she's dead, but I think they did a fantastic job with this sculpt. Now, you just take your stick and put it in her, and she looks good on top of my stick. They did a terrific job with this entire wave. I tell you what, a couple flaws, but for the most part, I am thrilled to add this to the collection. This Glenn is like the others that I reviewed in this wave. So far, it's a must-have. Thanks for coming by the review room. Don't let the door hit you in the smashed ass on it. Wait a minute, that sounds bad. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out.
Subscribe now.